Earlier this afternoon, Marietta College held a student involvement fair on campus. Our Jason Livia went there and talked to organization members about the event.
Marietta College held a spring semester involvement fair Friday afternoon to get students involved on campus and in the community. Some of the organizations at the fair today included several Greek-like organizations, campus political groups, and others involved both on campus and in the community. According to Dr. Amy Elliott, the director of the Office of Community Engagement, this is the first year Marietta College has done a spring semester involvement fair. They decided this because they realized that having involvement fairs only in the fall wasn't quite reaching every student on campus.
What we realized is some of the students during the fall, when we have the involvement fair, just haven't got their feet on the ground yet, or they're in a fall sport. And so that involvement fair has less meaning for them at that time, where now they kind of have their feet under them, or they don't have a spring sport, and they're able to think more about what they might like to engage in starting now.
Ava Hubner, a member of the Sigma Kappa sorority at Marietta College, said getting involved on campus allows you to meet a greater diversity of people, both within Greek life, which she's involved in, as well as other organizations across campus.
Really just getting involved on campus is a great thing, no matter the organization you get a part of. Greek life really gives you a strong sense of community, no matter the sorority or fraternity, and just overall gets you involved on campus, gets you to meet a great diversity of students, and gets just your hands-on activities that you wouldn't have gotten before.
Jonathan White, a retired Marine veteran who served for 20 years, started the Marietta College chapter of the Student Veterans of America along with 2 other veterans back in 2023. He says students, especially newer students, should get involved on campus because it can help finish the transition from high school into college.
Well, I think students should be involved on campus, especially like newer students, because it kind of helps you get involved more into the community, because Marietta is very involved in the community, and that kind of helps them transition from being high school students to being college students.
Elliott says the turnout from today's involvement fair was great, and they plan on continuing to do these spring involvement fairs in the future. Reporting from Marietta, I'm Jason Livia with WTAP News.